most pivotal thing that helped me get to this point in my life would probably be joining the Gridiron Academy program here, where I really learned to progress and develop my game, develop my strength especially. That was a big thing. When I started playing football here in Ottawa, a lot of these club teams don't really have the funding for their own training facilities for gyms and whatnot, and that's a big part of football. Coming here, working hard every day, and going to these camps for exposure to really get my name out there was a very, very important thing for this opportunity to come about. My name is Chikezie. I'm 19. I play football here in Ottawa, Ontario. I'm going to be going to Jackson State University this month. The love that I have for football came about the age of 12 years old. That's when I was really trying to discover what passions I have. My mom would actively sign me up for things, music lessons, dancing, like all types of things. I was actually really good at music. I was a cello prodigy, like those big, so I was a cello prodigy, and they had CBC, like follow me around with cameras, and they were like documenting my life and stuff like this. So like I was like really good at it, but around that same time I started playing football, and I had to pick one because they were starting to collide with my schedule and I couldn't go to both. So I decided to go with football because I just had like, I don't know how to explain it, but I just, when I was playing football at that time, I had this like feeling like I knew I could go far with it. I knew I was having fun. Like at the end of the day, I was the last one on the line when we were doing sprinting and like running like laps, and just, I was like the slowest guy, but I was still enjoying myself. And I knew I had some sort of like passion in my heart to continue it over music. So I decided to just pursue football. And my mom tells me if I'm gonna pursue something, it's gotta be at 100%. So it was either 100% music or 100% football. So I chose 100% football, and that's how it came to be. Back in 2019, when right before COVID, I heard about Gridiron from a friend that was already attending it. They introduced me to Coach Vic, and I just kind of started in the dome where we were doing the speed training. I was a little out of shape at the time, so I came here really not physically ready for any sort of like high-level football or anything like that at the moment. Considering I was just in the football part, I wasn't focusing on the strength part or the academic part. Even as before I came here, he helped me out with my academics. They make sure that before you even train, you have to show them your report card, make sure that everybody's in check, because at the end of the day, we're student athletes, so that's where coming here really changed my mentality from student to student athlete. I knew what I wanted to do when it came to pursuing football at a high level, but I just didn't know the way of going about it. So what made me feel unready was just my academics first. Firstly, that was a big thing, because when I came to Canada, they actually diagnosed me with autism. Basically, for education, they put me in like this bubble where they wouldn't let me try out other things like a higher level of education for like academic stuff. They would hold me back from those type of opportunities, and like I just didn't understand the difference between applied and academic and all that other educational stuff. So I would be going to these classes, but I wasn't getting the actual stuff I would need for the higher level of football I want to achieve, for Division I and whatnot. So coming to Gridiron, him and Charmaine really set me on that path with like a list with a plan for my future and where I want to be at. Before I came here, I couldn't even squat. Like, you can tell you for sure, like I was struggling to even go 90 degrees. Like, it was a big issue for me at the time. But he helped me work through those mental barriers. I think it wasn't that I couldn't do it, it was just my mentality and how hard I could push myself to really progress my training and really get the best outcome out of attending the practices every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, whenever the practices were. So the moment I found out I was a little different from my peers and a little special from the rest of my peers was probably whenever I'd be like in class, like I didn't talk much, and I seemed to get singled out a lot about it. I'd be minding my business and people just poke fun at me for for my hair, like at the beginning it was my hair, and then when I was younger I was like a little overweight, so they make fat jokes and all types of stuff, but I didn't let it get to me. Like I just kind of laughed with them, but you know, I knew like deep down it was like I was getting like bullied just because I was a little different from people. But I never let that word autism and just what the label they put on me when I came to Canada stop me from doing what I wanted to do. And I just put my head down. I just kept working through any sort of adversity that came in my life. You know, that's something that really like stuck with me. Like whenever I focus on something, I have like tunnel vision. Like I just keep pursuing it no matter what.
My name is Christiana Chikezie. I'm success mom. Raising my family here in Canada, and when I arrived, first and foremost, I noticed that it was a very cold country. It's very nice because the people here are friendly, and the government, they welcome me, give me a shelter for me and my children. They provide for me. So after a while, I said I got to go and give back to the country that welcomed me.
I come from a family with 6 siblings and a nephew and a single mom. So you know, it's hard for her to keep working every day to provide for us. So I see this hardworking woman going to work every day to grind out for her children, and I appreciate it. I appreciate her, and I want to be able to give back to her in the future, hopefully, with this football career that I'm carving out for myself.
Come. You guys should come here. See my bundle? See? Share. Who do you think is gonna win? Come on, stay here. Let's stay here. Who do you think gonna win?
I bet success.
Me, good. Who do you bet, Moses? I don't know. Just bet. Who do you think? Just take one. Mom. We didn't start.
I bet success.
Wait, you are cheating. You already betting my heart before counting. Okay. Come on, you're a football player. Don't do it. Don't cheat me.
I'm not cheating.
We
already started.
You are cheating.
We started.
You cheating?
We started.
I love my kids, but he's my big teddy bear.
I'm not losing to you on camera. Hey, chill out!
I have a very close, he's my other of kids, like, oh, mommy, you love success more. But I love all my kids, right? I love all my kids, but he's the one who come to, like, we talk about everything.
You are cheating, Kabel. Stop cheating. Stop. Really?
Yes.
Look.
Okay, you can't physically hit the arm. I'm arm wrestling.
I'm making you strong, mom. Come on. Don't cheat. Stop cheating.
You cheated. That's all you do.
Yeah, we just moved here literally last month. It's like a shared, like the same sort of concept, just a shared house type of thing. It's kind of cool, you know? Mm-hmm. Having your neighbors, just being within the vicinity of other people, I guess.
What are you liking about this place?
You know, it's quiet, a lot more quiet, but it's kind of far from the basketball court where I used to go spend my time on my free time after school and whatnot. But I'm not going to be here much longer, so I guess that doesn't really matter. Yeah, I don't talk about this a lot, but I actually, I got stabbed. He attacked me a few times, and whenever me and my mom would go complain about it, they just kind of brought us into the office and shake hands, and they just thought that would squash like the beef, but it never did, and it just escalated over the years until for some reason, he just felt the urge to, you know, attempt to kill me essentially, and stab me with a pair of scissors he got from our class. And it was on picture day too, so he stabbed right through my suit, and he just kept going, and then he left the scissors in my back. I passed out. That's when I knew it was like, you know, serious, that people are gonna really just like persecute you just for the way you are, you know? So yeah, that happened.
Oh wow, it was my heart broke, and I run to the school. Then I was doing my paperwork in downtown, and my immigration paperwork in downtown, and I get a call from the school and said my son was stabbed with a big pair of scissors. So I rushed to the school, and the principal being, you know what, this picking on my son, hitting my son in the school bus, beating him up in school bus all the time, has been going on quite a while, and I keep on going every day to report to this principal, and she just think I'm crazy. I think she just think I'm crazy. I said, please try to stop this before they kill my son, and she never do nothing, because every day my son coming back with the other bruises, or bleeding, or crying. And this broke my heart. I keep on going to the school, but at the end of the day, this school, the principal, the teachers at recess witnessed my son get stabbed. Thank God that day was a picture day. He was where I wore him a singlet, shirt, suit, because it was on a spinal cord, and the big scissors pierced through to my son. And hold and behold, the principal doesn't want to call the police, even though the child that bullied my son, that stabbed my son, was older than my son. My son was 8 years old then, and this boy was almost 13 years old, because I don't know why he's still in primary school. So when I get there, and I said, I need the police to know what happened, I want to press charges. So the police came, and they said, yeah, I can press charges. I press charges, the police, the principal, all of them sit on the case. They never want to release the case. I have to go hire a lawyer without, talk to a lawyer, and the lawyer agreed to take my case. But the police, the principal, all of them never released the case until today.
I mean, I never really truly recovered from the experience. Having someone essentially attempt to kill you is not something you just forget about.
I remember it like it was yesterday. I remember where it happened. I know how it happened. I remember him not stopping until someone actually told him to stop. I know that day, I could have been, that could have been my last day on earth. I always remember to be thankful to God for that I was able to pull through that, and that someone was able to stop him before he did any more damage to me in my lower back. I'm mostly, physically speaking, I'm mostly healed in my back, my lower back, but I still get nightmares once in a while, where I just think it's somebody chasing me with with a knife or just a sharp object in general, that sort of thing.
It's hard to swallow that he was nearly killed, but I still tell him, you know what? God protect you. That's why they stab you and you didn't die. So you have to keep on going. God is your strength, So he has to. Doesn't have no choice.
Go!
I know what I want to do in my future, and I'm not going to let some label that a doctor put on me stop me from that. So, and I'm sure that's how a lot of other people that are labeled with autism feel, and I feel that it's wrong for them to just stick the label on them and then put them in a box where they force them to take courses that are going to limit them in their future for whatever future and everything they want to do. It was easy for my mom to see me transition from music to football because one, I was successful in music, so if I was successful in football, it would just be another thing to see for her. And two, she named me success, so she's gonna be seeing a lot of that.
That's it. That's why I play football, not basketball.